believe Fate itself has a category.
No.
And I will give all of you folks. Here, let me.
I'm trying so hard.
I remember watching this once on YouTube, and it was like some big group that did it. It was all girls though, and they were, I don't know if they were doing a heist. They're
Okay.
doing something. It was kind of neat.
Cool.
And it was like when Fate first came out.
Oh, nice. There's several
like,
different ones. I mean, there's RPGs about like I enjoy one that is about like Jane Austen times. Like there's tons of them. Let me put it that way.
Right. I'm just saying, like I vaguely recall watching Fate.
Sure. Oh,
and I was like, this is really interesting. This would be fun to.
It will be very. I hope.
So maybe I need to figure out what my incentives will be, and I've never done this before, so feel free to give me some ideas.
I would do some quick ones right now. Like, if people donate, they could name your character because you're going to need to come up. So here's the thing, just so you folks are aware. And I don't know, Baron, if you're able to hear if you're setting up stuff still.
Yeah, I've got everything set. What are you using for, like, the...
So I'm going to give you links to the whiteboards for now. Just we're going to use those because it's sort of quick and you can see.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Yep. And
I'm so
tabletop
nervous.
RPG is the category?
The tabletop RPG is the category. And you folks are going to be creating your characters as we go. You're going to come up with a name and a concept for your character, and that's and maybe one aspect other than that.
Okay.
And
so
and
people who donate
that's it.
$25 to my fund, you get to name my character. Another $25.
Whoever bids the most gets to name the character. There you go.
There you go. So in the next 5 minutes, the highest amount in my fundraiser, you get to name my character and what they do.
And just for the sake of it, I'm going to ping you folks individually real quick. This is the character sheet website that we can use that makes it really easy. It's a quick thing. Yes, you'll probably enjoy this. It'll be fun. Everybody has a laugh. Boop-a-doop.
I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, don't be. It'll be fine.
Also Baron's here, so now I'm like really nervous. Hi, Baron.
Wait.
Hi, Baron. Big fan.
Well, that's appreciated.
I need to play Phasma with you someday. I can't believe
everybody's welcome to it.
Click on character sheets up in the top. And then click on there's Fate Core, kind of middle left. Click on just create. We're going to use the basic out of the box stuff. Can you customize it? Yes. Will I customize it in the future? Probably. Will I for this? No.
No.
Makes our lives way easier and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So along those lines.
Where am I going?
I linked it to you in Discord, and there's some whiteboards for you to see. I put 2 maps there. There you go. We're going to give Mars them. So everybody should have them with the stuff. If you don't, shout at me. It's all good. I can take it. Good. Good. Everybody's good.
Okay. Oh.
So yes, go ahead. So all you're going to need, again, character name, a high concept, and we can discuss this and what that means. And you're going to be picking your best skill. So the way this works, does anyone know Fate really quick before I go into this sort of newbie spiel?
No, I don't.
Okay. So for those folks who don't know, and stop me at any time, basically the way the game works is you're going to be rolling 4 dice. Now, there is a dice roller on that website, so if you're showing people, for instance, your character sheet, or if you want to, you can just do the rolls there. Everybody will see it. It's fun times, okay? Good stuff. It's under tools. It's up at the top. There's 4 dice. They have plus, minus, and blank. It's either +1, -1, or blank. You add them up together. You always roll 4 dice. Then you add your skill to it. It's pretty straightforward as far as that goes. When I say a high concept, now I'm sure everybody knows what I mean in story. In game terms, it's literally what you'd expect from a story. Han Solo's, I use this as a common example. Han Solo's high concept, thief with a heart of gold, or smuggler with a heart of gold. That's kind of his thing, right? Luke might be farm boy way out of his depth or something like that. Jedi apprentice. I mean, you can make up several different ones and go in really interesting directions. Anything sound crazy so far?
Nope.
Okay.
I think so.
Cool. So there's another thing. I mentioned aspects, the high concept, for instance. There's going to be a concept of other aspects. You need to know 2 things about aspects, and then we're good to go. And we'll start it out. We'll do it live. I'll show you how to play. It'll be fun, okay? 1, they're always true. If there's an aspect, it's always true. Aspects can happen on scenes. They can happen on people. They can happen on planets, on organizations. It doesn't matter. They're everywhere. And they're always true. And you can use them for good things, or I can use them for bad things. And I can give you the list of bad things and good things after this. All right.
Which character sheet are we using? Sorry.
Fate Core, just the create one, the
Okay.
basic one.
All right, yep,
We're using the out of the box one to make it easier on everybody. All right.
Got it.
All right. So everybody should come up with a name.
Altagors.
Oh, Jack Tomes.
Nice to meet you, Jack Tomes. Nice to meet you.
I didn't get any donations, so I have to do this.
Yeah, do it yourself. Do it live. That's the nature.
Terrible at this.
Name generator if you have to. Use a real name if you want to. Your name's Jack Sparrow. It's whatever you want.
Could you use like actual people?
I mean, be careful about the nature of the real people.
Of
Kim
course.
Kardashian. I will be Kim Kardashian. No,
Jim Kardashian. I mean, it's whoever you want.
Jim Kardashian. That would actually be
Jim
really
Kardashian, no relation to the Kardashians.
Yeah.
They get asked all the time.
Exactly.
That would actually be pretty funny, though.
Up to you. Do you want to?
Yeah.
All right. So Mars is Jim Kardashian.
Yeah.
I'm Rudy Ralston.
Rudy Ralston. And last but not least, Bill. Who are you?
Oh, wait. I'm Jim Jardashian.
Okay. Jim Jardashian.
Jim Jordashian.
Jim Jardashian.
All right. And Bill, who are you?
My name is Toggleby.
Toggleby.
Toggleby?
Wait, the Toggleby?
No, I'm Ashley Toggleby. The Toggleby is my father.
Taco B?
Spell your last name,
Like a-
Ashley, and then what is it? Spell it.
Tarklby. Toggleby.
Oh, Taco B.
Targleby.
Taco. Like Taco Bell, but Taco B.
No, Targle.
Taco B.
Tarklby.
Like Tark.
Tarklby. Gotcha. All right.
Tarkleby.
Ashley
Taco
Tarkleby,
Bell.
Jim Jardashian, Rudy Ralston, and Jack Toombs. All right. So each of you are on the crew for a reason. At its core, you are here with a purpose. You're skilled. You're competent. You're an actual competent adult. So, to that end, Jack, why are you on the team? What do you bring to the table? What's your high concept?
Getaway driver.
All right, you're the getaway driver. Rudy, why are you on the team?
I'm the stunt man.
Okay. You're like the sort of the crazy sort of fisticuffs type person. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Jim.
yeah.
Jim, why are you on the team?
He's a strong, quiet type.
This
I'm mute. Oh no, I was thinking. I think I was totally lost. I thought I'm sorry. I'm good at distraction. I'm the distractor.
Okay. Your distraction. And Bill, aka Ashley, what do you bring to
You
the
can
team?
call me Taco B. Everyone does. I'm overly paranoid, and I overthink everything. It makes me a great planner and organizer.
You're the paranoid thinker. Great. All right. Now each of you has one skill that you are great at. That's the +4. Okay. This is the thing that is your best skill, and that's all we're going to need. We're going to literally start the game. So, so ignore the +5s. They're they come up later when you level up and things like that. It's not really for this. So, presumably the getaway driver, Jack, is great at driving. I'm going to assume.
Yep, got it already set.
Perfect. All right. Rudy, as the stuntman, what is your best? I would assume physique, but it doesn't have to be. It's up to you.
That is correct. I didn't see physique. I almost put athletics because I thought, that same dealio.
Gotcha.
It definitely would be physique.
Sure. Yeah, no worries. As the distraction, Jim, usually rapport or provoke is sort of done for that, or deceive. It's kind of up to you how you want to be distracting. Do you want to be the sort of people person, the charming, hey, yes, I'm Jim Jardashian. I'm here to keep an eye on the situation. I'm actually from the corporate office. It's nice to meet you. Or are you kind of, oh my God, your mom's in the hospital? Like what, are you a sort of people person or are you sort of more of a liar, pants on fire type?
More people person.
So
yeah.
you probably want to pick rapport is what I'll suggest to you. You don't have to. You could pick anything. If you wanted to be the best at physique as well, you certainly could be. But
And I write this down in trouble or aspect.
this is in skills on the right side. So if you look on the if you shrunk your window, scroll down.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. And last but not least, the paranoid thinker. There's a lot of options you could take with this. You could be the investigative type. You could know things. You could notice things. What do you think you bring?
I figured I'd start with investigate. Because I'm always looking around and finding my resources, doing my Googling. You
All right.
know how it goes.
Of course. All right. Very good. So, with that, we're going to start. So, you folks have found yourselves broke as a joke. You had actually gotten a big score in the past. The funds have dwindled. And at this point, you're looking at sort of topping up the tanks, if you will. To that end, you had heard of a bank that it's fairly well stocked with high quality goods and not super well guarded. There's definitely a presence there. You're going to need to investigate it potentially. No bank is a cakewalk, but you think that it might make a solid, trusty target, if you will. So, what do you want to do to sort of? It's up to you. If you want to, you could just go straight to the bank. You could literally attack them. You could jump right into it if you want, but that's up to you. That's your call. What do you want to do? How do you want to approach this? So, mechanically, the way this works, you're gonna, you say you're gonna do something. All right, you're gonna say, maybe you want to chase down a bank guard and see if you can find somebody to, give you an in. Maybe they can open a back door for you. You blackmail them, or maybe you knock them out so that way they can't go to work that day. Things like that. And I'll ask for a roll. And if you don't have the skill already, if you want to, you can put it on your character sheet, sort of live right now. It turns out, you know what? I'm pretty good at X, or I'm average at this, and fill it right in. And then roll it and do the thing. You can basically do 4 things. You can overcome a challenge. If the door is blocked and you want to bust it down, that's an overcome sort of thing. If you want to create an advantage, if you want to basically arrange the situation in your favor so that later on, maybe you want to set up a sniper post nearby so that you've got that sort of elevated position if you needed to take somebody out. That's, creating an advantage that you can use. Purchasing smoke bombs ahead of time, that might be creating an advantage. Things like that. You can attack, literally what you would expect, but also socially. If you were, say, pretending to be a member of the clergy and you approached somebody and they were armed and you tried to sort of socially badger them, saying like, "My child, I noticed that you were in church yesterday and I don't think you should actually carry these weapons because," that might be a social attack. You can still do that. They can have consequences. And you can defend yourself. Exactly what you say on the tin there. If somebody's shooting at you, it's how you avoid getting shot. If somebody's socially attacking you, it's how you avoid feeling that social pressure. Maybe you use words back, maybe you punch them. It's a little bit freeform in that sense.
And we get fate points, correct?
You get 3 fate points at the start of this. That's what the FP is on the character sheet. It's up at the top. I believe the top right for most people. It should be. And what fate points do is if you have an aspect that applies to the situation, you can spend a fate point to re-roll the dice, get a bonus, or edit the scene to maybe change things. Classic example is in a superhero game, you might edit the scene, a building's on fire, so maybe you add a water tower to a nearby building. Something like that.
I used the edit fate thing for, we blew a hole in the ground, the floor, and there was a sewer system underneath, and I used a fate point for there to be a pack mule there to haul away our ill-begotten goods.
How many fate points do we start with?
3. You start with 3, and you'll notice
and you
right now.
Spend them to do what again? Exactly. Run me through this again, so I get it here.
Sure. You can spend them to re-roll your dice. You can spend them to get a bonus, a +2, or you can spend them to edit the scene so that, basically, you can declare a story detail. Again, a water tower on a nearby building. If a building was on fire, might be very useful. Things like that. There are a few other things. I'm sort of ignoring some of the nuance on that because this is, a lot of you folks' first time, and I don't want to overwhelm you.
I picture a scenario where we're trying to escape from the police, and we need a distraction, so we use a fate point for there to be a fire hydrant there that we can shoot instead of literally shooting at police, which is probably not great.
Exactly. Like that is the exact sort of thing. And you currently only have one aspect, your high concept. So right now it's things like your getaway driver, your stuntman, et cetera, right? But as we go, you're going to define them. Maybe you need that fire hydrant, or maybe you desperately need to re-roll because you just got shot at. In that moment, you're going to get to declare an aspect of your character if you want. You're going to get to say something like, I'm actually well equipped at avoiding shots because I grew up in a gun kata monastery or something. I mean, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like I use that as
a wrench flinging factory. My grandma was a famous wrench flinger, and I'm just really good at dodging stuff.
Exactly. So, all right. So yeah. So you play a lot of dodgeball. So if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, right? That's literally your aspect. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, right? So
that's a great aspect.
You get the idea. All right. So, with that in mind, what do you want to do? And think narratively,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? And I'll mechanically do it. It's fine.
I'm going straight to DuckDuckGo on my Tor browser, and I'm going to investigate this bank. See if the financials even meet up for robbing it.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll investigate for me then.
That's a 5.
All right.
Plus blank minus.
Nice. That's superb. All
What are
right.
you guys using to roll?
So if you go to the if you click the hamburger menu, or if you have the window big enough, you click the tools button on that Fate character sheet page. They actually have a dice roller. You can also, if you want, you could use D6s. You have to do a little translation, but you can do it. If you just click the the Fate dice roller, it sort of pops up. Up to you if you want to put the modifier in. Otherwise, you can just click the roll button and then woo, there you go. It'll give you the results.
Gosh.
But yeah, I got a 5. It's one of the best rolls you can get, right?
That's
Except for a 6.
you could go up to 8 basically, but 5 is superb. Five is superb.
And that was me using my investigate, by the way.
Yes. So,
Okay.
so investigating the area, you notice that online investigating, you notice that the bank has actually got several reviews, because it seems like they're not actually sort of keeping up with some of the sort of customer service aspects of it. Like, there's a lot of slow wait times. It seems like, quite often people are waiting in line for long periods of time without any activity. The sort of cashiers don't seem to really care. And occasionally people have caught glimpses of really sloppy, like, like, should this much money just be lying around in some of these areas? Like, yeah, I can't get there. They're staff areas, but it seems really like they don't seem to care. It seems weird.
Is that a pile of gold coins behind the counter? Who does that?
Like, there's comments that, like, sometimes people have gone into the safety deposit box and they've gone into the safety deposit box and seen, like, stacks of bills that, like, they were in the process of counting, and that kind of weirds them out, because why?
Why not?
Okay, so this is a mob bank, I think.
That's not an inaccurate probably guess.
I'd like to try to declare an aspect if I can.
Sure.
I'm going to call my dad the Jackson B. Talkleby and ask him if he's connected to it. With all his mob connections, I want to make sure I'm not robbing my dad.
Or do you want to rob your dad?
No,
Really-
he'd kill me.
Bad relationship.
Really stick
with
it
your
to the
father.
tackle, you know
I
what I
do,
mean?
but he would murder me. He would stab me in the heart with my mother's knife. I know him.
So, are you trying to declare an aspect on yourself or the scene?
I'm not sure. I have a because he said the Tarkleby, and I,
So, I would say your
So-
aspect for your character then is probably, my dad's well connected.
Yeah, that's what I was
Nice.
thinking.
That's what I have here. Is my dad is the Jackson B. Talkleby.
All right. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. Jack, Jim, Rudy, what are you folks doing while Ashley's sort of browsing the web looking for information?
What kind of stores are around this bank? Like, what are these buildings?
Sure. So you're looking at to the south, and here I'll actually put labels for you. You can sort of figure this out with a quick Google search. It's not complicated. You basically have a salon. Let me see if I can. Perfect. Here we go. And there we go. So you've basically got a salon. You've got a hardware store. You've got, we'll say a sub sandwich place. the way of sub sandwiches. Let's put it that way.
The Subwees.
Yes. It's the Pear store where you can buy great quality phones. There's actually
Not as good as Cyborg.
True, but they are what they are. You can also check out and see that there's kind of like just you're not sure what the store is from the street view, but it's a kind of an office park looking building. And in theory, if you wanted to keep going out, you're fairly standard fare. You're looking at things.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the hardware store and begin to pick up things that we might need: zip ties, a giant fucking hammer,
sure,
a hacksaw, all while keeping an eye on the front of the bank, just seeing who's going in and out. Just keeping an eye out for what kind of security I can see from the front of the bank.
Sure.
I'm pushing the cart for him.
All right. So, purchasing the stuff. If you want to get some supplies, go ahead and roll resources for me. Resources is a skill. Now, you don't have it right now. Would you like to get it on your character sheet? You don't have to roll, but
no, I'm good.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for me. You're not going to add anything to it.
Fate dice roller, and then here's the thing: when I go to roll with 0 modifier, it doesn't let me roll.
Really?
Yeah. So do I just +1 it, then -1 it from whatever I roll?
Just blank roll.
Yeah,
blank roll.
If you want to do that, that's fine. As long as you
blank.
can do the math after, it's totally okay. If you want to, I would just hit clear maybe and try it and see.
1.
Oh, you got a 1?
1.
Okay.
It's better than a negative.
So you've you pick up some things, some zip ties. I mean, they're not difficult to get. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put an aspect here on the scene. We're going to say it's equipped. You folks are equipped for the job as you purchase these things. Now, you can't use it too much, unfortunately. Okay, because you're not that well equipped. It's on the far left side there if you want to look. If you actually, you know what, I happen to know for a fact that somebody's
since I'm there,
I'll put it over there on the right side.
Would I roll as well?
If you want to, if you want to try and pay, sure, you can try and help him out.
I can't pay for anything. I'm completely broke.
Oh, great. Freeloaders.
Me being paranoid, I've been following him, wondering if he was planning on killing me. I have resources as my first number 3 slot, if that's okay. That's what I planned on using.
Sure.
Would this be a time to pull out my father's credit card and just, I got this, guys?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So all 3 of us are at the hardware store.
Yeah, basically, yeah, sure. Go for it. Yeah, you can bust out the your dad is well connected. Go ahead and roll it.
I got a 2.
Okay. So, it's still, you're equipped, but you will get sort of more use. You're getting more supplies, more zip ties, more for whatever reason, trash bags, you're not sure, they don't know why, but you need zip ties and trash bags for some reason.
For the bodies.
Duct tape.
What do you mean a limit? This is a black Opal card. There shouldn't be a limit on it.
Wait, are you paying? I want a chainsaw. Can I buy a chainsaw? You never know when a chainsaw might come in handy.
Definitely get a chainsaw.
You need a sawzall. You're not going to get through the bone. It's going to get gunked up.
Oh, that's not entirely true. You gotta turn it off and on again a couple times, but it goes through bone if you give it enough heft.
Just get 2 blades, okay?
Oh, fine. Maybe just a handsaw. Problem is the screaming takes so long with the handsaw.
You gotta start with the top. What are you doing?
We gotta break the bone first. All right, so I'm going to turn to the front and ask, you got any ski masks?
Well, ski masks? No, we're a hardware store.
Lime and ski masks? Anything
Lime, yeah, lime we have, but not ski masks. That would be
Do
like
you
a
sell
clothing store.
ball
Oh,
gags?
balaclavas.
Have you looking around sort of left and right? Have you ever been to a hardware store? We have things like hammers, nails, zip ties, bags, paintbrushes, lime, as you said, fertilizer, plants.
Sledgehammer,
Yeah,
Got
sledgehammers. We got
gas
that.
weed
mask.
whacker.
You don't have to be rude. This is my first time in a hardware store.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
I
This
can
man's
tell.
coming to do business with you and you just being a dickhead.
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
sir. I'm sorry. Please
Can we
don't.
speak to the manager, please?
Okay. Yeah, if you insist, I'd prefer to settle this sort of. Okay, I can get him. I can get him. They sort of.
No. We're paying and going. It's fine.
Okay. Seeming confused by the.
Good. I thought you were going to say mano y mano. I can't fight.
I no. What?
How about some rope? You sell some it needs to be like really strong rope, like say somebody was struggling against them rope, they wouldn't be able to get out, something like that. You got like nylon rope. Oh wait, what about them little them nylon things where like you got the hooks on it? Those things are so fucking useful. I want a couple of them.
Like climbing ropes? Yeah, we have
No,
those.
they're not like climbing ropes. They're like where you tie stuff
Carabiners
down.
and all that. Like
what are they called? Like the
hoist and stuff?
stretchy ones. The stretchy one.
Bungee cords.
Bungee cord. You got any bungee cord?
Yeah, for when you're like tying up a horse or something.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Right over there in aisle 5. Aisle 7 might have horse bungee cords.
Oh, bolt cutters. Oh, you got a pair of bolt cutters?
Oh yes, that is that's definitely something we. I don't mean to pry, but what are you?
Construction.
Filming a movie.
Busts out of aisle 7 with a Swiss Army knife.
Oh,
Good choice.
I just love that you both said something different at the exact same time. It was so perfect.
Oh yeah.
Gentlemen, what are we
Construction on
doing?
a film set.
I'm trying to buy supplies. We're gardening. We talked this over. Why are we all fighting with the nice, beautiful gentleman behind the counter? I'm so sorry. These are my roommates. I'm so sorry. Clearly, they don't know how to garden. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and roll
Shovel.
deceive.
We're sorry, Jimothy. We didn't mean to disrupt.
It's fine. Just get it taken care of. Calm your tits. I'm sorry. They're new to all of this. We're just, you know how it is moving into a new place, and it's just the place was just such a mess, and we're just trying to clean it up. You have beautiful eyes.
I'm going back for a crowbar.
Wire cutters.
We'll get wire cutters.
I don't Go ahead and roll rapport for me as you're sort of trying to flim flam them basically to sort of,
You want me to roll?
Yes.
I'm rolling.
Go ahead.
I got a plus, negative, plus, blank 1.
So plus, negative, plus. So that's a +1. And then your rapport is a 4. So you got a superb result. So you've got them pretty thoroughly flim-flammed. They're kind of like, but they said a movie, and then that one said, I don't understand. What's going on?
Home movies.
What?
It's fine.
Gardening movies. I told you it was. Didn't you read the Home and Gardens magazine I gave to you?
Give me a drill too and a sawzall.
Okay.
Fine. We'll get the drill. It's fine. There's a lot of rock and gravel. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. By the way, you have beautiful hair.
Thanks. I don't
Garden shears. Shit, almost forgot.
We're making a movie about constructing a garden.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
How did you not understand that the first time?
Yeah, no,
Do we need a leaf blower?
Must be me.
you can use the leaf blower for?
Listen, I mean, it might come in handy, and you are paying, so like,
True. I'll leave you with my card. I'll be right back. And I do like a walk around the block.
Sure.
Can I roll notice?
Are you trying to? What are you trying to do? Let me put it that way.
Escape routes, ways police could come in. I'm trying to use my paranoia.
Then yes, notice would be a perfect skill for that. Yeah, and I'll reiterate this.
Where do I put my points? I just realized.
Fate points in the section that
Yeah.
says FP.
So I add 1 to that?
Put 3 there. You start with 3.
Right.
duct tape.
And I don't know if we went over it, but it's a pyramid. Your skills are a pyramid, right?
Yes. So you're
So
gonna
you
get
get 1 + 4, 2 + 3, 3 + 2.
yes.
Okay, wait. What did I just do that I have to put in the score sheet? I'm sorry.
Nothing. You're good.
Oh.
Yep. Don't worry about it.
So when do we get those other skills? Like those aren't our aspects, right?
So
Our
you will get
aspects are
skills
just-
when you do something. So here's what I'm going to ask you folks to do. Tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you potentially how mechanically we can do that, like with a skill or whatever. So don't worry about saying like, I want to roll perception to do blah, blah, blah. Just say, I want to look for escape routes. And I'll go, okay, cool, roll notice. Or, like that was definitely the right skill, just to be clear. But
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, was give a couple examples by picking up my first ones. Like, notice is looking for escape routes. Resources is my dad's money,
exactly, things like that, right? If you have any questions, again, feel free to.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
question.
I-
Does
What's
this
up?
hardware store sell rifles?
Well, now that is an interesting question.
It's the hardest wear.
If you wanted to spend a fate point, and if you had an aspect that was relevant, sure, I don't see why not.
I would like to spend a fate point in order to make sure that they had there's a section for hunting
Sure,
with
and
rifles and like
and
assorted things.
sure, and what would the aspect of your character be that sort of,
Gun nut?
sure, okay, yeah, you're a certified gun nut.
Can always smell the gun oil in the air.
Yeah, I love the smell of gun oil in the morning. So again, think of aspects as like pithy little phrases that, they sum up an aspect of your character. So yeah, that's the kind of, All right. So yeah, so you give me the fate point, you get 2 left, and yes, it turns out, in fact, that this hardware store does in fact have a small hunting section with, various hunting rifles, some of the ammunition that would be used for that, things like that.
Yeah, you boys have one of them long double barrel shotguns and some like birdshot perhaps, or maybe buckshot. I mean, damn, body armor.
You sort of approach the little counter that they have with that there. Yes, of course, yes. Here, just a moment here. This is we have a fine. And he sort of pulls out a nice. This is a Remington, brand shotgun. It's actually quite nice. And here's the buckshot that you were referring to there. Yeah, well, we have we happen to have it, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to put this all on that card. Put it all on that card.
All
Do you have
right.
a rewards card?
Yes. Would you like to sign up?
Yeah, under Jack Mooms.
Jack Mooms.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can sign you up there. All right. We'll just need you to fill out this form here real quick, and pulls out a little clipboard with a little piece of paper and a pen on it. If you could just fill that out, sir.
I'm gonna fill out my actual address.
Of course. Of
I
course.
love it.
Of course. So Mars, aka Jim, as you're sort of going around the store, sort of looking at stuff and grabbing bits and supplies and things like that. And you obviously occasionally you're taking the time to sort of basically continuing to flim flam this person, the cashier. You feel in your pocket, and you actually realize you must have maybe, it's probably accidental even. You think you accidentally like pickpocketed somebody as you were there, you've got like a stack of money. Like you've got like a stack of 20s basically. You know, just in
Mhm.
hand. And you could thank User Error for that, by the way. They donated for you.
Oh. I'm caught off guard here. Because
So
my
yeah.
initial thought was I pocketed the Swiss Army knife. No one donated to tell me what to do, by the way.
Well,
Could use that right now because I'm lost.
it's okay.
Stack of 20s, what am I gonna do?
Well, you could buy that Swiss Army knife if you wanted, for instance.
Or I could just pocket that too.
Sure. Yeah, you could certainly try that.
I mean, yeah, you know
Sure.
what? That's a good distraction.
All right.
Yeah, I, decided to take the money out and put the knife in my pocket, and I think maybe the cashier's having a bit of a hard time, right? So I
Yeah,
walk
I mean-
over, slip a 20, and I'm just, you know what? I'm sorry about those guys. Don't worry about them. Just take this as compensation. They're nuts. Roommates are nuts. I'm sure you understand. You're beautiful, and I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, sure, yeah, okay.
This is just because they were giving you a hard time, and I feel really bad,
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Plus, I can't really ask you on a date right now, but maybe Starbucks another time. But
Oh,
just take
okay.
this 20 and get yourself a nice mocha chocolata with 2 shots of ya.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah. So, do you folks have all the things you need, the bits and bobs, the various equipment? You can definitely get the gun. You fill out your information on that. You do get a loyalty card. It's a little laminated plastic thing with a number on the back and pretty much nothing else. A little picture of the hardware store logo on the front. It says
Nice.
it says Zace.
Zeus.
Yep.
I'm gonna push the cart outside, and like as soon as we get outside, just like in full view, like in full fucking view of everything, I start like sawing off the barrel of the double barrel. 1 second, guys.
Just a moment. I just need to.
Yeah, that was not a sound of
All
saw.
Even though you're doing this kind of in full view, like just kind of sawing away, it doesn't seem like anybody's noticing. Like it seems like people are just kind of in their own head or they're looking away. Like they're like, nah, I don't need to know or care what this person is doing, sawing off the barrel of a shotgun. I'm going to go about my day.
Start duct taping it to my hand.
That might be a great aspect, actually. Generally unnoticed.
It could be if you wanted. That
was a
could
good
certainly.
one.
Yeah, I'm in for that. Generally unnoticed.
All right. Now, I believe, Ashley, you wanted to look for the escape routes.
Oh, yes, I got a 5 on that.
So superb. All right. So you think that you've actually, as well as you can anyway, have mapped out the sort of, we'll say the flow for the area. Just sort of telling where people are going to be coming from, where they're going to be going, how you folks potentially are going to get away, where the cops might come from, and sort of, I would think boots on the ground might encompass that. Does that seem fair to you?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, and you did superb. So you're
Sorry, I
gonna,
sneezed.
yeah, no worries, Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So yes, yeah. So actually, because you did superb, we'll give you an extra one. All right, very good. So we know what Jim was doing. We know what Ashley was doing. We know what Jack was doing. Everybody knows what Jack was doing. Rudy, what were you doing?
Kind of just there with them. I went back to get a crowbar, so I now I'm holding a crowbar,
Sure.
watching him saw off the shotgun. I'm just standing there with a crowbar, like, huh?
All right, yeah. No, you can just sort of hang there with the crowbar. Um, you think it's weird. You think that you're actually attracting more attention with the crowbar than Jack is sawing off the shotgun. You think that people are just generally ignoring them. It's kind of crazy. All right. So you've got your equipment there. You've sort of scouted out the area. What else do you want to do? Again, more broadly, you can literally do. I mean, if you if you wanted, you could literally hit the bank right this second. That's totally up to you. I'm not saying one way or the other. If you want to do that, definitely an option. Go for it. We'll see what happens. It'll be fun. If you want to set up some things in advance, I want to maybe slash some tires. I want to maybe make some bomb threats around the city. Maybe I want to, again, follow a staff member home and sort of blackmail them or threaten them or tie them up. Basically,
I have an idea.
Yeah, go for it.
I turn to Jim. We need someone who's going to take the blame when this all clears out and the smoke settles. The need to point the finger needs to not be at any of us. So you find the patsy. And I turn to shit. What is your character, Sen?
Rudy.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy. I turn to Rudy. We're gonna need a big distraction as well, but like some sort of explosion or something. If you want to go find one of those like propane displays at a local store, and I like gesture at the hardware store. You know, one of those ones outside where they got the big tank or whatever.
Yeah.
That way, whenever we go to leave, they're not focusing on us.
Got it.
Jack?
I'm gonna go find me a vehicle for the escape.
You live your
Walk
truth.
off, start looking for an escape vehicle.
Sure.
That's what I was going to say, so.
And I check around. I check in the alleyway of the hardware store, see if they have like a.
Oh, they definitely do.
Well, that was easy.
They do.
I just go to the entrance of the alleyway and I shout back like, "We're good."
See if we can improvise some sort of
accessories.
See if we can improvise some sort of a trigger mechanism or something.
I do think this cashier is good bait. He's stupid enough, but also cute enough. Yeah, he definitely looks like he would be the one that would have pulled this off.
Oh, I love it.
And for the getaway driver trying to find a getaway vehicle, are you sort of going car by car, sort of trying to take a look in? Like, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a van. Something big, something ominous, something fucking that it's been used in every single robbery since the dawn of time.
With no windows.
Go ahead and
Big
roll.
windowless van.
Yeah.
Trash bags for windows.
Of course, the white siding, no window. Go for it. Go ahead and roll notice for me. Now, do you have notice yet?
I do not.
Do you want notice?
Sure.
Are you good notice? Are you fair at notice? Are you average?
I would say I'm average at notice.
All right. So then go ahead and go down to the average. That's +1. And put it in there. And then go ahead and roll for me.
All right. So how do I roll? Do I just roll a normal dice? +1 it?
Yep.
Two.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
No, -2.
Oh.
Yeah, -2. Top one's the current roll, right?
Yeah, the one in yellow.
-2.
Now, if you want to, so you got a -2. That's terrible. But literally, that's what a -2 is. But if you want to spend a fate point, and if you have an aspect that's relevant, you could either re-roll it or add a +2 to it. Now the +2 right now would just make it mediocre. That's not great for you. But
I'll just take the -2.
okay, the terrible. So
yes, the terrible.
Looking around, the only van that you can find, you do actually find a van. You do succeed, but there's a cost because you find a van It is the most brightly colored, memorable van you have ever seen. It looks quite literally like the Mystery Machine. It actually says the Mystery Machine on the side of it.
This is perfect. Just
Like
what
a-
I was looking for.
Like you're robbing a bunch of professional cosplayers.
They'll never suspect Scoob in the gang.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be surprised if literally often like the sub sandwich lifestyle shop is like people dressed up like Scooby Doo.
Instead of a
This is-
diner where
this
they
is
all sit
perfect.
around drinking milkshakes, they had a sub shop.
Like, zoink, Scoop. Who stole our van?
Well, check the doors and everything and see if I can't find keys or anything and such.
Sure. You look around, and unfortunately, it does appear to be locked. But if you wanted, you could try and sort of pick the lock, break in.
So I am opening the propane valve.
Okay. You want to like open the
Like-
case? You mean?
Yeah, and then just letting the propane just slowly leak. Like I'm not gonna full blast it, right? But just slowly enough so that when we're done in the bank, the alleyway is filled up with propane.
Okay. Go ahead and roll burglary for me as you're basically picking the cage lock to get in there, and then just sort of twisting the valve.
All right, and I did put burglary as a +1 because I imagine that I'm not.
Yeah, you're average at it. That's totally
I'm,
fine.
It's maybe my second heist.
Sure. You're average. There's nothing wrong with being average.
All right, 3.
All right. That's good. So you you successfully and in fact we'll write this here. We'll say alley filled with gas.
But just color it in. Just color it in with the.
Oh yeah, we will. Don't you worry. But for the purposes of tracking it so that we can see.
Oh yeah, on the side there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can so remember this is true. And for the purposes of this, yeah, you know what? Well, right there, you sort of basically you're filling in this alley basically with
Propane and propane accessories.
well, that's the accessories there. You're not putting them there; they're already there. But you're filling it with more propane.
We're the accessories.
Yeah, you're the accessories to the propane incident. All right, Jack, are you going to try and sort of pick the door lock, sort of get your way in, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make note of the car. Where's it at, by the way?
So you can see that the mystery machine. Yeah, I'll just have to draw it. It is actually in front of the sandwich shop.
I'm gonna go into the shop and get a sandwich. Looking for the driver.
Oh, the second you enter, you notice them. They're at the counter and like zoinks, like this is totally great, Scoob. And the person that's sitting next to them is not actually a dog that talks. It is a person dressed in a dog costume, like
Oh my god, furries.
What is the quality of their outfits?
it's
They spent all their money on the van.
yeah.
So it's all just handmade.
So the quality of the shaggy, great, top notch, because they basically just got real clothes and they're sort of pretending like they're Disney bounding that equivalent thing. The Scooby costume, it's pretty rough. Like, they definitely spent the money on the van.
Like
out of
it's mostly
cardboard.
painted on, like
Yeah, it's
cheap
just
clown
paint.
makeup, but just brown.
Brown shirt, brown pants.
Yeah.
So how many of them are there?
Spray painted dots.
So you just see two. You see the one of them is the driver. You don't know if it's Shaggy or Scooby, but those are the two you see at the counter. None of the other patrons in the place look like, Velma or Daphne or any of them.
It's literally just Shaggy and Scooby. It's
Yes.
like we couldn't get friends. We only have each other.
I'm going to walk up to the two of them and say, my dog fell down the manhole in the alley. I need help, please.
Go ahead and roll deceive for me as you're gaslighting them, essentially.
I'd like to, can I take deceive as a thing?
Yes, you can. You can.
I think technically you have to now.
Well, you don't have to, but it's up to you. How good are you at deceive? You can. Are you?
So you
good?
only get one great, and then you get. How does it work?
You get one great, which is your primary thing. In your case, it's drive.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 good. You get 3 fair. You get 4 average. Think of it like a
You're going to
pyramid.
be good at deceive. So,
all right.
Yeah. Now let's roll this shit.
Sure. It's under tools. You got to scroll up a little bit more. And
3.
all right. Okay. Like zoinks, we'll totally help you. Isn't that right, Scoob? Yeah, we'll totally help. Like they break character for a minute.
Are you taking them to like the back alley?
I'm taking them to the back alley. Yes.
I'm gonna be there with my crowbar.
All right. So they'll proceed to sort of get on the sidewalk and follow you. Like just lead the way.
Quickly down this alleyway, and as soon as we go into the deep dark alleyway,
Sure.
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Well, time for you to get undressed and give me the keys to that van," and point the double-barrel shotgun at the dog.
And
Will Jenkins, son of
I slink in behind them with the crowbar, just silently raising it up threateningly.
All right.
Like a bad horror movie villain.
So they're not going to get into a fight. They're going to concede at this point. It's pretty clear to them that if they fight back, they're going to lose. Shotgun and crowbar man, they're Shaggy and Scooby. So, so the way we're going to do this is they're going to give you exactly what you want, as long as you don't kill them. Or at least they're going to, not that they necessarily have control on that. But yeah, they'll give you their clothes and they'll give you their keys.
Gonna zip tie them up.
Sure.
And duct tape their mouths closed. I'm gonna turn over to the crowbar man and say, "So, you gonna be the dog? You gonna be Shaggy?" I always wanted a dog, and I'm gonna throw the dog outfit at him.
I put it on just like any other job.
I'm gonna switch into the outfit for Shaggy. Damn, this ain't
Now
too
I'm
bad.
just a really bad Scooby.
I would like to have been watching them since they started stripping these two, and just at this point be like, that is so sad. They couldn't find the other half of the team. It's just Shaggy and Scooby.
Too bad, really. If we'd had the other half, we all could have done this, but shit.
It's a travesty, really.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And next time, get friends. And I'm yelling at the people bound and gagged on the floor or ground.
All right.
Yeah, friends.
You know what? That's so fitting. We're going to add a new aspect to the scene. Shitty Shaggy and Scooby costumes. We're going to add that as a scene, as an aspect here. You got shitty Shaggy and Scooby costume. They might come into play. You never know. All right.
We're wearing them, so they're already in play.
Oh, wow. But I mean, like, literally, they might.
Yeah.
All right. What else you folks doing?
I would like to add one of my +2s.
Okay.
Can I have a contact that I can hit up for the other 2 outfits?
You know what? Yeah, you want to reach out to somebody to try and get the other ones? Yeah, that would definitely be. I can see that.
Wouldn't it be 3 outfits? Oh, I know you're right too.
Well,
Sorry, I'm
yeah.
fine.
Well,
It's
that's
fine.
fine.
Sure.
Unless if we did
Ooh.
get a 3rd one, we
Oh,
could
you're right.
dress the cashier.
You can Put the cashier in one of them.
Yeah. So the 3 outfits, and I rolled a 4.
Put the cashier in
All right.
Daphne.
You know what? 4 is pretty great. You know, you're and you know what? Yeah, you can definitely get it's going to take a little bit of time, but you know, you do have it. So because again, you haven't sort of kicked things off 100% yet. Although you do have 2 people, well, at least probably in their underwears or naked in an alley next to a hardware store. So you know that's maybe a bit of a time crunch, but yeah, you can get that. What costumes did you want to get?
The Velma, Daphne, and Fred. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. I'll be right back. And I close the phone and run away.
Can you get them to bring a top too?
A top?
Like a top.
Of course. He has no idea what you mean by a top.
Does not bring it back, and it's never brought up again.
Yeah, exactly. It's just can I get a
So-
top with my order? Yeah, sure. It just shrugs like to the person on the other end of the line, like with him, like oh my god, he just said, oh. So they'll give you the Velma.
Yeah.
They'll give you the costumes.
Just so we're on the same page, Ashley Tarkleby is a middle-aged Jewish man, pasty a little bit, tubby around the midsection, balding, curly hair, and I come back dressed in the Velma costume.
Yep. I
Makes
knew
perfect
it.
sense.
Jim is just like always saying "ma'am" for some reason. Yes, ma'am. I don't know
Jim
why.
is now in the Fred costume, and the cashier is Daphne.
Well, I give the costume or the 2 costumes to Jim.
Yeah, Jim, you can choose which one you want.
Here you are, Jimbolina. Don't I look so pretty in my little outfit?
Oh,
Yes,
God
ma'am. You
damn.
do.
Woof.
You can tell the money difference. It's actually it's better made than the Shaggy and Scooby costumes. Actually, it's like they're pretty nice. I mean, you know, yeah, they're pretty well done.
So, Mr. Cashier, how do you feel about going to a little Scooby Doo convention? Now, I know you're working this place, but let me tell you, I
I got a
come
stack of 20s
from-
right
Yeah, listen, look, I have a stack of money here that I've rolled up. You don't know how much it is, do you? No, you don't, sweetheart. So, we will go together. Just blow this place. Forget this place. Maybe we'll blow each other later. Like, we don't know. We don't know. Endless possibilities. But, you know, let's go. We'll have a good time. Come on, you gotta loosen up. Loosen up, sweetheart. Let's go.
Go ahead and roll deceive. Now, if you don't have it, which you might not yet, that's okay.
I do. I have deceive in my +5. Is that?
You can't have it in +5, so it's probably in +3.
Oh, gotcha.
But that's okay. So you're good at it. That makes plenty of sense.
I mean,
Go ahead and roll then. And
real life.
are you flashing the money and using that?
I am, yeah.
So you're going to be giving them the money that you're not going to have anymore, but you get a +2 to this roll. That's the advantage of
Okay.
having it. That's
So I got a plus minus plus blank 1.
so plus minus plus means 1. That's what the number.
Oh no,
there is.
0. I got a 0. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one because it keeps.
You get a new one, yeah. So the
Yeah.
the dice roll was 0. Usually,
0.
by the way, just so everyone's aware, statistically, you get a 0. That they usually cancel out. That's usually what you get. So your skill is usually the most important thing. So you're good at deception, and you got a bunch of money. So you took that from good and made it superb, right? Because it's +2. So yeah, they're like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, all right. They're still kind of confused from earlier too, but they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, sure, they'll take the money happily, sort of pocket it. Let me go tell my boss I'm not feeling well, and yeah, I'll be right back. And they sort of take the costume from you. Which one did you give them?
Mhm. Oh god, which ones were left?
Daphne and Fred.
Daphne. I'll be Fred.
All right, so you take the.
That's definitely what I look like right now. Only not as good.
Oh, I
Just
didn't.
dead faced.
Oh, I didn't see it. That's all right.
Oh, it's in Paul's chat.
I can't, it blocks links.
Really?
Sorry. The bot does.
Didn't block it for me.
It did for me.
Weird.
It's okay.
It's a psychological trick to make you think that you posted.
Basically,
it
I'm
anyways.
Watchdog Man from
Nice.
One Punch Man.
All right.
Just like no emotion on my face in a dog costume.
Nice. All right. So we've got these costumes. You've got some. The propane is filling the alley. By the way, there you did set that up in motion. So yeah, what do you folks want to do? They will come back wearing the outfit. Well, yeah, let's go.
Question: is the extra costume like Ghost Pirate or something?
What do you mean?
Didn't we get an extra one for the dude behind the counter and one for all of us?
Daphne.
No, the dude. Yeah, the cashier is Daphne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but did you get one, Sin?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm.
Oh, you're already Scooby. Okay, well, I'm confused. Never mind. Continue.
I'm Watchdog Man.
All right. So what do you folks want to do now? You've this is what you've set up so far. Up to you. Do you want to hit the bank or do you want to sort
Do we
of
go in the front or do we go in the back?
I got an idea. Why don't we back the mystery machine through the front doors?
Ooh, a good old fashioned smash and grab.
You all pop out the back. I'll keep a lookout. Bam, money.
Wolf.
I love it.
I mean, I have no other choice than to go along with you buffoons. So
all right, is that your plan?
come on, sweetheart. Come on. This is my
We're
date.
just roping. We're just
this
roping
cashier-
this cashier into a robbery.
This cashier, Paulina, Paula. This is my Paula's my date here. Even though I'm playing a gay man, Paula's my date.
Well, and the cashier is a gay man as well, so it works out well.
Well, yeah, Polly.
Yes. Okay.
Polly and Jimbo.
I'll walk over to Scoob with his crowbar and be like, when they push him in the bank, knock that motherfucker out.
Wolf.
All right.
I'm just getting really into character.
All right. So are you gonna you gonna drive the mystery machine into the front doors?
I'm gonna back the mystery machine into the back, ass end through the front door.
Go ahead and roll drive for me as you're sort of like, all right, I got it here. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm +4 with drive. Let's see here.
Now, if you want to, again, if you have an aspect that is relevant, you could spend a fate point, get a +2 bonus. You could potentially, make use of if there's a relevant aspect on the scene here. You've set some things in motion, but yes, up to you if you want to.
I would like to prepare an action to, I don't know, get them to not press the alarm button and find the bank manager as soon as I get out.
Oh, the alarms are disabled because it's a mob bank.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what?
That'd be
Actually,
pretty good.
if you had an appropriate aspect, which I know one of you does, but I'll let you figure that out, and give me a fate point, I don't see why the bank would be wired if it was a mob bank. You could certainly declare that as a story detail.
Yeah. I know for a fact there's not going to be a cop within a quarter mile of this place because they wouldn't touch it with a hot spoon. And I'll spend a fate point for that.
Because your dad's well connected, so of course you would
Yeah.
know that. Exactly. So yes, the bank is not wired up to a silent alarm because they don't want the police anywhere near it. They'll handle it themselves. So go for it. What do you get?
I got a 5, by the way.
Superb. All right. So You back up the mystery machine. Are you trying to smash through the doors?
I'm trying to smash the entire ass end through the front doors.
And you do that superbly. Just you knock over like those stupid railing, like rope pillar things that are there for like the line guides and all that. People are like, ah, as they sort of scatter and all that, waiting in line. And
I kick the back door open, throw Daphne out,
hey, what?
knock him in the head
God.
with the
Be
crowbar.
gentle.
Go ahead,
But
roll an
not
attack.
like too gentle. But gentle.
What was that?
Go ahead and to
Hello
beat him
there.
over the head. Go ahead and roll fight.
I put that as my +3 with
General
wax on, wax
Kenobi.
off with martial art training as a stuntman.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wait, I'm clicking the wrong thing.
It's okay. Don't worry. But yeah, you do that. In fact, you do that so well.
Why is
I'm actually going to give you folks just because you did that so well. By the way, Baron, I'm going to give you. You get a free invoke. It doesn't last for too long, but we're going to do chaos and confusion. It's not going to last for too long.
That's perfect because I'd like
Actually,
to
I'm gonna
jump
do
out
this.
and just wave my gun, whatever, or gun facsimile, I guess, and
your
just be
sawed-off
like,
shotgun hand?
yeah, just be like, all right, you motherfuckers, if any of you move, I'll execute every single last one of you with a vigor that none of you have seen yet. And I go find the bank manager.
I got
Is
a
that
4
empathy?
plus away.
Okay, yeah, you knock you knock Daphne right over the head, just bonk, and just down.
I just point my crowbar at everybody else in the bank.
Everyone is freaked out. The tellers look like they're reaching for stuff. And we're gonna go to initiative here. So you'd think they're reaching for, the silent alarm, but there isn't one. So the way initiative works, there's a skill. We're gonna do this one. There's a million ways you can do it. We're gonna do it this way. There's a skill called athletics. Basically, whoever has the highest athletics goes first, and if you have the next highest, you go second, etc., etc. Because you're quick. It kind of represents your reflexes, things like that. So, right now, if you folks want to, you can put athletics on your character sheet. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's my that goes along with the wax on and wax off.
It would definitely make sense. Yeah, you can see how the characters are developing as you play, right?
Yep.
No.
So my athletic is right next to fight +3.
All right, here's a 3. All right, I mean you're almost certainly going to be going pretty soon there. Here, let me.
I'll take athletics as my +2. I do Pilates.
That makes sense. That all right. So let's see here. That would be Ashley. Jack and Jim. How are you folks at athletics?
I'm not really the athletic type. Now, if you want to talk in the bedroom.
That makes plenty of sense. I could easily see
So,
that.
I think that's more physique.
Oh, not those athletics. Oh,
No.
And what about?
I'm not very. I do like watching sport though. Go sports.
And what about you, Jack?
Yeah,
How are you?
sports team.
A +1. Like
You're
I'm
average. It's all right.
It's like a balding, overweight, ate too much Taco Bell, plays too much COD.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So in this order, we basically have 3, 2, 1, 0, which works out pretty well as far as a spread goes here. And what you're going to have to deal with is
Mayhem.
yes. So you're gonna have to deal with the mob goons who aren't super athletic, but they're relatively athletic.
Never mind. There are mob goons.
Oh yeah. As several folks There are security guards, and you also see the tellers themselves pulling out small handguns. So I'm gonna sort of group the mob folks together just to keep it easier. Makes our lives, less of a pain. So with that in mind, Ruby, go
It's
ahead.
Rudy with a D,
Oh, sorry, Rudy. I
like the
spelled it wrong
football
somehow.
movie.
I get you. Rudy.
So do I notice
Calling you
like the
Ruby now.
mob goons are already like in like around the
Oh yeah. They don't yet have their weapons out, but they're in the
lobby?
process. You know what I mean? Like,
They're in. All right, so I dash at the nearest one with my crowbar, just like ready to disarm and knock out. Like if he's pulling up his gun or something, I'm like gonna whack the gun down and then bring my crowbar back up under his chin.
go ahead and roll fight for me. Yeah, as you sort of just you reach out and touch somebody with your crowbar.
5.
All right, now they have to also. So you've attacked. They're defending. That's the mechanic. Just so you
Yep.
folks are aware of what's happening there. Okay. So you got a 5. So yeah, you did still beat them. So they suffer stress now because they're not like, they're not really special or anything like that. We'll say you just bonk and you take out one, just wailing them on the head. They're one of them goes down like a sack of bricks.
Am I able to, like, as he's going down, take his weapon, or would I have
Not
to like
yet,
do that
but
the
you
next-
certainly could the next turn
Okay.
because you kind of had both hands with the crowbar, sort of getting the leverage and all that. All right. So after that would be Ashley. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna keep my promise and go to execute every motherfucker in the room.
All right. So
Um,
who you starting with?
Probably whoever has the biggest gun. Someone have a rifle or a shotgun or an Uzi.
Yeah, like an Uzi type, like a Mac 10 sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna shoot them. Do I have a gun?
Well, one of you does. They have a sawn-off shotgun. You didn't purchase one though. Yeah.
Can I spend a fate point to have a small silver pistol that my father gave me for
Just
my
real
18th
dainty,
birthday?
like just kind of barely holds it up. It's like bang.
You know what?
Gilded.
Yes, you can. I'll happily take your fate point. Yep. So take your fate point, and
my hand.
you have a little like hold out Derringer, like silver,
Yeah.
like barely the size of your, like it's smaller than your hand.
Gilded etching on the side. I'm holding it with 2 hands and my elbows bent.
Yes, the nicest looking thing you could see.
Dainty.
And
Yeah, I took shoot as my third +2 slot, if that's okay
sure, yeah, of course you can.
for this.
Go ahead. And I'm actually gonna, because we have both, but we've been using one. I'm gonna move. Yeah, here we go.
It's a 0.
There we go. I'm just gonna move this so that you folks can kind of see roughly what the loadout is. So the mystery machine is basically at the front door. So you folks are aware. This is the kind of the office. We'll just make it easier this way for you folks.
Sure.
Think the blueprint sort of being just laid out on a table almost. Sorry, what did you get?
0.
Okay. They also got a 0, but in the case of it, ties go to defenders. So you sort of shoot your patooey, and it goes a little wild because you don't shoot all that often, and sort of the recoil is just unexpected and it just kind of kicks more than you thought it would.
Oh my god!
All right. The goons. Well, the goons. So I'll offer this out there. Nexus.
Yeah.
You had the thought that there probably isn't as much security because it's a mob bank. If you want to spend a fate point, and if you happen to have an aspect that's relevant, you certainly could declare that, and I would accept that.
I have So I basically all my aspects are ripoffs of movies.
All right.
My last aspect is Ocean's 5.
All right.
Or I'm sorry, there's 4 of us, right? So Ocean's
Yes.
4,
All right.
which would include like burglary, stealth,
Sure.
deceiving,
Yeah,
and
I can
then
see that.
I actually added lore because they do a lot of, the background work and
Sure, of
research,
course,
so they
yeah.
know a lot everything that's going on. So I got lore. I could use a 8
Yeah, in
points
this
to know
case,
that
no. So, oh, go ahead.
that everybody, in the area knows that this mob bank is a mob bank and not to fuck with them.
Well, in this case, it wouldn't quite be a skill in this sense, I'm afraid. So, okay. So, they're going to basically try and take you folks out. So, the way this will work is they're going to sort of there's several of them. They're going to basically shoot at the group. So they're going to shoot at each of you. That's
Got it.
just to, again, keep it easy. So they're going to shoot, and you can choose to defend yourself. Now, when it comes to shooting, it's basically athletics if you want to try and avoid getting shot. You could also try to use physique to kind of tough it out, but obviously, you know, you're still getting shot. It's just going to be
Right.
less so. You know what I mean? So, starting with Rudy. Rudy, they're shooting at you. Are you going to try and?
I like cross my arms with like the crowbar in front of me and just kind of like tank it.
Go ahead and roll physique for me. You're just trying to like, your bullets are weak.
I got 3.
All right, so they got a 4. So on your character sheet, you might notice there's a section on yours. It's probably towards the bottom if you have a small window.
Physical stress.
Yes. So they beat you by 1, and their guns give them a +1. So basically, fill in
2.
the 2 box, Rudy.
Would I put the 1 and 2 or just
No,
the 2?
just the 2. So basically, what
Okay.
has to happen? So you folks are hit points are a little bit different in Fate. You're taking stress, and eventually you take so much stress, like you're so stressed that there's consequences. So he got shot. He was stressed by it. He sort of just he was able to take the hit somewhat from it, but eventually,
Like shot in the shoulder.
yeah, basically. But eventually, there's going to be consequences. Yeah, maybe he's bleeding from the shoulder. Maybe he, if it's really bad, he might lose a limb. Right? You know, that's the sort of hit points aren't like a literal, like you don't have like 5 hit points. You know what I mean? You'll see. It'll be fun. Ashley, they're shooting at you. How are you defending yourself?
Oh, I'm gonna dodge.
Go ahead and roll athletics for me. Your Pilates. Hopefully they'll come into play.
Tai bow. I rolled 3.
Okay. They also rolled a 3. Ties go to the defender. So it actually works. You sort of and you sort of dive out of the way. Presumably they just couldn't get a bead on you. All right, Jack, they're shooting at you. What are you doing? How are you defending yourself?
I'm gonna, since I'm still in the truck, I'm gonna like duck and try and dodge in the seat.
All right. You know what? That's a fair point. You're gonna get a bonus to this because in part you got a truck in between you and the people.
Let me roll here.
Yeah.
Athletics, correct?
Sure. Yep.
-2.
All right, but you did get a +2 because of the vehicle being in the way there, right? So 0 basically, which unfortunately they got a 2. So you're just going to take some stress from it. They're putting some pressure on you basically. Pop, 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 pop. As the shots are kind of raining out, but it's okay. It's okay. Last but not least, Jim, they're shooting at you. What are you doing?
How much stress do I take?
2. So you fill in the 2 box, physical stress.
There we go.
All right.
Well, I've lifted my date. It's our first date. It's official. He doesn't know it yet, but it's official. and basically balleting my way around. Listen, my mom didn't know what to do with me when I was little. It was ballet lessons with my sister. It was crazy, but I think it might pay off a little bit. It's physique, I would say.
All right, so you're going to try and are you trying to tough it out then rather than avoid them?
I mean, I'm trying to avoid
Then
them
athletics.
with cashier man.
Oh, are you
With-
literally
with-
trying to
my
put?
arms.
Oh, you're
with
trying to
We have to
interpose.
save him. I have to
You're
save him.
ballroom dancing with a knocked out body.
yeah, okay, I like that better. I'm ballroom dancing.
You know what? Physique
way
makes
through.
perfect sense in that context. Sure, I could see that. Go ahead and roll physique as you literally are trying to basically have them shoot Daphne as opposed to you.
I got blank, negative, blank, plus, 0.
So blank negative, a blank plus. So they cancel out. So yes, so 0 is the number. Okay. And then
Uh-oh.
what is your physique?
My physique is at +2.
Okay. Now
Okay, so you got a 2.
you got a 2. Now they also got a 4. So you'll take some stress. If you want to, you could spend a fate point. If you had an aspect of your character that was relevant in some way and sort of, you know, get a bonus basically, or you could reroll. Up to you.
Something like always comes out on top.
Sure,
I
that could be an
mean,
aspect.
Yeah, I have stealth, but yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want that to
Just
be?
a really good dancer that gets out of
That
the
would be-
way. Yeah,
You know what? That would be pretty solid. Just loves to
Yeah.
dance.
I love it.
All right.
I just need to dance. Yeah,
They
I'm spending
just
that
need to
fate
dance.
point.
Sure. So
Take it.
you have an aspect in your character, just need to dance. That's one of your aspects now. And yeah, you can do that. That's enough. So you dance out of the way / the body that's in between you and it takes the hit for you. Daphne is hit and kind of bleeding, but they're unconscious, so they don't really, they don't have a say in it. All right. And that's the goons. So Jack.
Is there any dumb sons of bitches behind the van?
Civilians. Oh, you mean like in the bank behind the van?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the one that was shooting at you was there.
Yeah, I'm gonna run his ass over.
Go ahead and roll drive for me as an attack. So you're rolling drive, and they're gonna try and get the F out of the way with athletics, as they're like shit. Oh, good.
5.
Yeah. Okay. And they got 2. So so you run over somebody. They're run over and their legs broken and their torso and legs are kind of just they're not broken, but they're fucked. And they're under the wheel of the van currently. Ah!
You're really loud, and I'm gonna turn the dial to like 80s classic rock to drown out the screams. That's my jam right here.
All right. And Jim, your go.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
So here's a few things, and this is one of the powerful things about fate that I think are interesting. You don't just necessarily well, obviously it can be sort of setting dependent. You don't necessarily just have to shoot people. You could obviously set stuff up to help your associates. For instance, you might, as an example, shout out and try to distract everybody with like, oh my God, they've been shot, oh my God, somebody call the cops, oh my God, like trying to call attention.
I'm gonna use my deceive, even though I have this costume on with my date who's bleeding. Not a very good first impression, Paula. Come on now. I'm gonna use my deceive, which is a +3.
Sure.
And I'm gonna deceive everyone and be like, oh no, I don't know what's going on. What's happening? I'm just
trying to distract them, basically.
Like, distracting. Yeah.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll. And see, this is creating an
Okay.
advantage live in the moment, so that your friends can use it, because you get to decide, depending on how well it goes, who can use it. You got a 0?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, we'll say that it's very fleeting, because there's a lot of chaos and confusion going on right now anyway. In fact, I should have reminded folks, you can use that, actually. People can use that. But to mildly distracted. This is very fleeting. This is only going to last, like, people can basically use it right away or it'll go away. But, like, if Rudy wanted to, they could. Okay, does that seem fair?
If I wanted to, what?
You could use the fact that they're mildly distracted to basically hit them a little bit harder. They're just slightly paying attention to the fact that there's this person bleeding out. Like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. What's happening?
Right.
All right. And yeah, go ahead. What are you doing, Rudy?
I think I'm gonna go with what I was doing. So I just got shot, so I drop my crowbar, kind of just look at it, a little longingly, and then I pick up the guy I knocked out's weapon.
Sure.
And fire off at the guy that shot me.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll shoot for me. And if you want to, and I recommend you do, you can use the fact that they're mildly distracted to make it a little bit.
I think I will, just so we can wrap this up quicker.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. All right, go ahead, shoot. And if you want, you could take advantage of the fact that there's chaos and confusion as well.
I think I'm just adding to the chaos and confusion.
That's exactly it. So would you like to take advantage?
I'm in a dog costume.
Yep.
With a gun.
Scooby-Doo is Scooby-Dooby-Doo shooting you. I've got some bullets for you. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo. More like shooty-doo.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Yeah. Got a 1.
Okay. So, and did you add the +2 from the fact that they're mildly distracted?
I did not.
There you go. So you have 3.
So 3.
Okay. And if you want to use the chaos and confusion, you can add another 2 and make it a 5.
Guys, should we? I think we should use the chaos and confusion for when we're in the vault.
Okay.
Like, I think that'll be more beneficial to get the money out, right?
Right. You hit them. They take a sort of a glancing shot. It stresses them out, but it's not enough to actually take them out of the fight, basically. But they're like, ah!
It's on Ashley now.
Yeah, Ashley, here go. What are you doing?
I'd like to try to utilize equipped for the job and boots on the ground to get into the vault.
Yeah, I mean you're aware of, you've scouted out the place and you've got.
Yeah.
Sure. So you're gonna try and sort of get in.
I'm
basically.
terrible with this damn thing, and I put the gun back where I pulled it out from, and I immediately go to work for what I'm here for.
All right, you sort of rush up to the vault door. It's fairly nice. Do you have any fate points left?
1.
Okay. I'll throw this out there as an option for you. Something, again, people can consider. If you wanted, you could spend your last fate point. Give me an aspect that's relevant. Maybe the safe door is open because it's a mob bank, as an example. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What aspect are you using for that?
I have one here that I didn't know how I was going to use it. I have no friends, so I know places where I can be alone, like a vault.
You know what? That's sad and true. You have no friends.
Yeah.
And
what are you talking about? He's got Scooby in the gang.
yeah, he's got Scooby, Shaggy in the gang. You have no friends, and you know a place like this because your dad's well connected. They don't like it's almost for show. The vault's like just slightly cracked, like it's shut quote unquote, kind of, but not really. You just like spin the wheel a little bit and you're in.
Like there's a keypad there, but no electric to it.
Exactly. There's like
it falls off as you open it.
yeah. It's all for show. It's all fake. And yeah,
Glued on upside down.
and yes, and you get it. And in fact, just so that you're we'll do this here. Here, so that you know you're here at the vault and you're actually in.
And I'd like to notice the most expensive things.
Go for it. That seems fair.
That's a 2.
All right.
Yeah, because in a mob bank, it might not be the money that's the most expensive things. You know,
you're right. So there is cash that's out there, of course. You could grab some bundles, but you notice there's some duffel bags full of. It's hard to tell in the quick glance that you're getting. I mean, you did fair, but you think the duffel bags have something else other than money, and there's several of them. You lift it up; they're pretty heavy.
I grab all the blow I can and I get out of there.
All right. So you're gonna basically grab 2 bags, one on each shoulder, effectively.
Yes, but I'm not a madman. I'll grab one of the blow and one of money.
All right. Yeah, you can certainly do that. So Jack is in the van at the entrance, basically. Like you're in the front of the van, just so that way people are aware. Jim,
Well,
you're
Jack got out to shoot someone, so he'd still be at the front, but he got out of the van.
Nah, I ran somebody over.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's
they
right.
ran him over.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. All right, and then
Okay.
Rudy, you've been basically smacking goons. So there you are. Okay, just giving you a rough idea of where you're at, so you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep, and then the goons are basically at you folks, so you got an idea. Okay, so yeah, so you can do that no problem. Goons. So they're not going to see you in the vault. I mean, like they know you went in there, but they're not like they don't see what you're doing in there.
Can't
Just
really shoot at you.
exactly. So they're going to shoot at the rest of you folks. So starting with Rudy, they're plop. Now there are fewer of them, but because there's fewer of you, technically speaking, it's still going to be basically 1-to-1. Okay, so Rudy.
I am going to try to dodge behind some cover.
Go ahead and roll athletics for me.
I got a 3.
They got a 0, so you successfully just sort of duck behind some stuff. Ashley, they're not doing anything. Jack, they're shooting at you.
I'm going to go ahead and try to drive forward out of the front of the bank, just trying to dodge.
Sure, you can go ahead and roll drive. I think that's fair in this case.
All right.
Just a quick jump forward to try to avoid a bullet.
Yeah, just fucking just gonna drive forward a bit.
Just trying to throw them off a little bit.
Jick.
4.
Okay. Yeah, they also got a 0 again. So, yep, you're good. You sort of drive forward, and that throws them off. They can't get a beat on you, so they shoot, but it goes wild.
We just hear as you run over the guy again.
You know what, Nexus? Roll 4 dice for me, real quick, and tell me the results.
4 dice.
The fate dice. Roll
Right.
a set of fate dice. Tell me what you get. Just curious.
-2.
Perfect. So here's the thing. You have an alley filled with propane and
that's right.
gunshots going off. So I'm going to give all of you a fate point as the alley detonates from the bullet that just went off. So you get a fate point, but as just this loud explosion rocks the area.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I tried to mute, but I didn't get there in time.
And
That was the explosion. Was my sneeze.
Yeah. And Jim, last but not least, they're trying to get a beat on you and shoot. What are you doing? Are you still ballroom dancing?
Ballroom danced my way into the vault. I think everyone was so distracted. They didn't see me. I'm going to go grab some money.
Well, you have to. You're getting shot at first, so you can on your turn. But for this, you're basically go ahead and roll athletics to try and ballroom dance your way out of getting shot. Basically,
Okay.
On your way.
yes.
I got a
Basically.
-1.
Okay.
Wait, did you add your athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I have physique. Remember, that's +2.
Oh, right, physique. Yes, sorry, physique.
Oh, right.
So -1 plus 2 is 1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you take 1 stress. So you should have your 1 stress box still.
Yep.
So just go ahead and check that off. So now
Okay, cool.
you are aware. If you get hit again, you're going to have consequences. And for the purposes of one shot, they don't matter. But for the purposes of long-term campaigns, obviously consequences stick around for a while potentially.
Mhm.
But it'll be fine. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that's the goons. Jack, what are you doing? You're just slightly outside of the front because you drove forward to try and avoid getting shot.
I'm going to use my turn to drive all the way back to get close up to the vault. Much room? This seems like a significant waiting room area. What the fuck else is in the waiting room? Can I drive the goddamn van up to the vault access?
Yeah. So basically, there's a let's see here. So this thing right here is basically the little kind of counter that you might have, with little pamphlets and like forms to fill out for deposits and stuff like that. And then,
Little kiosk.
yeah, a little kiosk sort of looking thing.
I'm gonna
With,
drive the fuck over that kiosk.
boom, you knock it the fuck back on the wall, no problem. And yeah, you can easily sort of just peel back and sort of. Yeah. Go ahead and roll drive for me though, because you're trying to navigate a corner here to get to the vault access as well, right?
7.
That's
like
epic.
Butter.
That's
like
epic.
butter.
Like butter. You're right there.
I picture you pulling in backwards and sliding around the corner up to the vault like,
Yes.
let's do it.
Yeah.
The fuck is taking you so long? I got shit to do today.
All
I
right.
gotta pick up the kids from preschool for fuck's sakes.
All right. Yeah. You're no problem. You're there. You got it. You're good to go. Jim, what are you doing? You see the van, just the mystery machine, just sort of peel past you and back up and around the corner, right next to the vault.
Oh God.
So
I'm
if you want
bad.
to, your original thing that you were saying, you can totally do that now. You can run into the vault and grab some stuff.
Yeah.
Load it
I'm
up in the van.
vault. I somehow still have Paula with me. I guess at this point it's a date and human shield kind of thing.
So if you want to drag them with you, you'll have to roll physique because it's they're meaty and they're not helping you. Let's put it that way.
All right, I drop them. Forget
Right,
it. It
that's
was a
fine.
terrible first date anyway.
All right.
I'm gonna get some money.
All right. Do you want to grab some of the free floating stacks of cash or one of the? Actually, you see, several like free floating stacks of cash. You're just gonna start grabbing them.
Oh, we are equipped for the job with trash bags, though.
That's true. You know what? You're right. Yeah, you want to do that? You can bundle a whole bunch of stuff. Do you want to bundle a bunch of cash? Mars?
Yes.
Do you want to bundle?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll. We'll say roll. We don't have to roll for it. It's fine. You grab a trash bag full of cash, basically.
Mhm.
Quite a bit, and you can sort of hurl it into the back of the mystery machine.
Yeah.
By the way, you can all hear at this point in the distance the sound of probably fire sirens. As well as various other sirens.
I shout, "We gotta hurry up!" And as I shout, because I assume it's my turn now, right?
Yeah.
as we show, because clearly I'm not good at shooting. I'm better at fighting. I throw my gun at the mob guy, trying to hit him in the head like a boomerang.
All right, go ahead, and I'll let you roll fight for this one. Go ahead.
And so I'd roll fight. Can I use a fate point with my wax on, wax off
You
martial arts
can.
training?
Yes, you can. You can add
So
a +2
that,
to it.
So for a total of +5.
Okay, they're gonna try and not get hit. Doesn't go so great for them. Yeah, you
Alright, well,
you
I
knock
got- yeah,
them
I
the
got
fuck out.
6.
Just
I got a 6.
yeah, they're down. you yeah, you knock them down.
Come on, we gotta go.
Ashley, what are you doing?
I come back out with.
No worries, Reach. I'll be doing
I'd like
more.
to
Don't
have
worry.
a duffel bag and I imagine, a trash bag full of cash.
Sure. Yeah.
So, tag team, you're in, and I point at Sin, and then I walk past,
All right. Yeah.
and then I hop in the back of the van.
Is that?
Oh yeah. No.
Is that
no worries,
blow?
Mars.
I think it's blow. I'm so hopeful. It could be gold, but whatever.
Shit, let's hope it's
Was that
blow.
the last mob?
I hope
team,
it's
or do
blow.
we still have one more?
There's still like a couple of mob people left because the ones that were shooting at Jack and Jim basically are still up at this point. But it's I mean you're in the van basically. They're gonna shoot at you and you'll probably get away fine. In fact, go ahead.
I'm gonna open up the duffel, see if it's blow.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
so much.
Yeah, pull out a brick and immediately cut into it with a little pocket knife
Poof,
and
the
offer
little-
the driver.
The noticeable dust right in your face. You start to feel pretty
Pass
good
that
actually.
shit.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
baby powder.
I offer you first. I'm not an asshole. The driver gets to go first. There you are.
They did.
I just bring a blade to your face, just
Oh,
covered in blood.
Gonna do that line off the blade.
You are just whoa.
Line, you mean pile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll physique for me, actually.
1 second. Let's see here.
Already having inhaled some when I opened it, I absent-mindedly take the knife and do my pile off of it, but I slice where my mustache would be.
And also roll, and yes, of course you do, and roll physique for me again.
I just wiped my character.
It's okay. If I remember right, your physique was, don't worry, we'll be wrapping it up shortly here. Your physique, if I remember right, was, we'll say it was were you good at physique, fair, or average at physique?
I can't remember. I think it was 1.
All right, we'll say you're average. Yep. Go ahead and roll. It's all good. You can technically save them, but obviously we're not using the whole thing with that. So
0.
okay.
Can I roll a fate point?
You can. Would you like to use a fate point to re-roll that, or to give a +2 bonus?
I'm a highly functioning drug addict.
You know what? That makes perfect sense. Of course. Of course you're a highly functioning drug addict.
A highly functioning drug addict.
For a normal person, the amount of blow you just took would send them into an OD. But you're a highly functioning drug addict. You're fine. You could take it. In fact, this is like your breakfast.
With no modifier, I rolled a 2, and I'd like to use a fate point to add 2 to that because I am a non-functioning drug addict.
It's awesome. You took more than Jack did, but you know what? You're okay. You're all right. I mean, you're great. You're great. Woo! All right. And I think at this point, I think it's fair to say, you folks, they'll take a couple of pot shots here real quick. Yeah, that's not good. And that's not great either. I think it's fair to say at this point, you folks are going to peel out with the mystery machine and get away. So I think that's fair. So well done. Wow, that went very different than what we.